Okay, all right guys, welcome back. We are looking at case 1 of what cyclic permutations. In the last video we are going to continue with it. So that is case 1 formula. Let's look at case 2. This one, when the object are not, we are arranging it in a circle form. Okay, then case 2, what if the number of ways are chosen? So the number of ways of R objects chosen from what n different objects can be arranged in a ring. So what if it's in a ring? So we have n factorial, n minus r all factorial times r. So it's the same formula as the first case when it's in a circle, but we just multiply the denominator by 2 and we are done. That is all. So let's look at case 3. I want us to look at the cases, then I'll look at more examples. Case 3. What if they are in a circle form, but the number of r is equal to n? So the number of r objects choosing from n objects are equal. For example, if I choose 5 objects from 5 letters, and they are in a circle form, or if 5 people are supposed to sit in a round table, dining table, or maybe 5 people are supposed to sit around a circle, and there are only 5 seats available. So it means that I'm selecting 5 objects from 5 different objects where r is equal to n, but they are in a circle form. So how do I find the number of ways? That is just what n factorial over n, which can be the same thing as n minus 1 factorial. Simple like that. Simple like that. Simple like that. That's case 3. Then let me look at case 4 over here by taking off case 1, since case 1 is in the last video. So case 4. I have case 4 here. What if the objects are fixed on a ring? When the objects are fixed, this is in a ring. Now they are fixed. When they are fixed on a ring, so I'm selecting r. I'm choosing r different objects from n different objects which are fixed or are turned over on a ring. So that one just give me n factorial over 2n. So it's the same thing as this one, but what do? We just multiply the denominator by 2. That's all. So that's the only difference. So this one is also going to be n minus 1 all factorial over 2n. Sorry, I'm bothering with a lot of formulas. Okay, now let's look at examples that will make the work easier, right? Let's look at examples. I'm chopping everything off. Please, I hope you can remember the formulas, and you have to remember the formulas because we will need it. Let's jump straight in and look at some few examples before we go. Okay, the first example I would like us to look at is they say, in how many ways can 5 bits? In how many ways can 5 bits? 5 bits chosen from 8 different bits. So 8 different bits. 8 different bits be treated on on a ring. On a ring. So please don't forget, on a ring is case 2. On a ring is case 2. It's not fixed on a ring, but this one they said on a ring. So it's case 2, and case 2 we have it to be n factorial over n minus r all factorial times r. This is case 1, but since it's case 2, we multiply by 2 on a ring. Okay, that is on a ring. So in how many ways can 5 bits? So the 5 bits, this is our r, this is our r, and this is our n, choosing from 8 different. So n is our 8th. So we are going to get 8 factorial factorial over what? 2. 8 minus r is what? 5. All factorial times what? 5. And I hope you can all do this calculation by now. And that one should just give me, let me just simplify this a little. 2, these 2 can multiply these 2, that'll give me 10, right? Right, sure man, 10. And then 8 times 5 will give me what? 3, all factorial. So that gives me 8 factorial 10 times what? 3 factorial. And if I'm supposed to do this on the calculator, I'm supposed to get 672 weights. 672. So these are how the formulas are being what? Applied. So the question again, say in how many ways, I couldn't write the question fast because of my pen, man. Sorry for that. In how many ways, so let me read the question again. In how many ways can 5 beads choosing from 8 different beads be treated on a ring? So because it's on the ring, that's why we are using what? The case 2 formula. Okay, let's look at another example. They say what? In how many ways can 6 people be seated on a round table? 6 people be seated on a round table. In how many ways can 6 people be seated on a round table? In how many ways can 6 people be seated on a round table? So I have 6 people on a round table. So when the table is round, it means I'm looking at what? A circle. And that is case 1. That is supposed to be what? Case 4. Case 4. Why is it case 4? Because I was not given how many seats are available. So it means I'll assume that all the 6 people have what? 6 seats. And that will give me what? My n will be equal to my r. That means I'm selecting 6 seats are available for 6 people around a circle. And that's what? Case 4. Please pay attention to the question very well. You say what? In how many ways can 6 people be seated on a round what? Table? And that will give me what? The case 3. The case 3. That is case 3 where the r is equal to n. So you can just skip the video a little bit backward and you see that case 3 is when we have r is equal to n when they are in the circle form. So when 6 people are sitting in the circle form. And that gives us what? N factorial over what? N. And that is what? N minus 1 all factorial. So that's just what? 6 minus 1 all factorial. And that is just what? 5 factorial. 5 factorial is 120 ways. 120 ways. 120 ways. That's case 3. Sorry, I was mentioning case 4 by then. That's case 3. Just understand. The cases don't really matter. Just understand that this is what it means. This is what this means. So you don't need to put case 1, case 2 in your head again. Okay. Alright. So because 6 people are going to sit around the table, and we are selecting all the 6, and we are assuming that all 6 seats are available, it means that r is equal to n. And then we get what? N minus 1 factorial, which is 5 factorial, which gives us what? 120 ways. Let's look at another example where we have to look at how many ways are there if 2 people must sit next to each other. So the same question, but we want to know how many ways will be there if what? 2 people must sit next to each other. If 2 people must sit next to each other. So that's what we want to look at. So if 2 people are supposed to sit next to each other, let's look at how that will be done. So let's continue in the next video so that we'll look at how the B part of this question will be answered if 2 people must sit next to each other. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Let's meet in the next video and continue with the question. Okay.